Well, hello guys, and after a long break, I am back with Ring King Review. This is episode number 12 of Ring King. The episode aired on March 4th, 2012, and let's get right into it. Starts off with a recap of what happened in the previous episode with Jazzy LaHoria and Jeff Jarrett with the contract signing that went awry for Jeff Jarrett. And then after that, we get Jeff Jarrett in, I guess, his office, as he apologizes for the actions of himself and everybody with the contract signing. He wishes Brutus Magnus luck in the title match against Matt Morgan, and he tells Harbhajan Singh he'll see him around. So after we get the intro, we go to our first match, Hollywood and Broadway against the Bollywood Boys. And, you know, this is a good match. And I'll tell you what, I'm really starting to like the Bollywood Boys as a tag team. This match showed here, you know, how they can handle a situation where they are, you know, in trouble. And I thought this, you know, Hollywood and Broadway, such a good tag team. You know, they're the team to do it. And, you know, the Bollywood Boys, I tell you, they just got that chemistry. You know, they're all, I want to call them tag team specialists, but I think it's a little bit too early to call them that. But it was a good match. The ending came when Broadway, got the double super kick from the Bollywood Boys, and they got the win. So we go to the back, and Ram is with the Ring King Tag Team Champions, Chavo Guerrero and Bulldog Hart, and Ram asks them about the whole Jeff Jarrett situation. Chavo says that he does not like that, you know, how it was done, and if they have a problem with Chavo and Bulldog, they can bring it up with them. So Bulldog pretty much says the same message. Meanwhile, Patani Pati interrupts the interview, and Ram translate that they want a shot at the Ring King Tag Team titles, to which Chavo says, we'll put the belt on the line against any team, anytime. So we then get a video package of what happened with the finals of the Ring King Heavyweight Title Tournament between Matt Morgan and Scott Steiner. You all know who won. If you didn't, go to episode 4 review of Ring King, and then you could come back here. I'll be here. So after the commercial, the Sheiks and Raisha are in a hotel, and they're going to invade Mickie James. May I say for the record, I like the color coordination of the doors at the Indian hotels. Red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. I like it. I'm not going to lie. I like that. So they try to get in. So one of the Sheiks is like, room service. No answer. Room service. And then Mickie James is like, oh, I don't need any room service. Room service. Look, I didn't call for any room service. And then they kick the door open, and Raisha Saeed goes after Mickie James. And then they say to her, you have learned a valuable lesson in life, and the next time we get you, it is going to be worse. So we go back to the arena for our next match, Romeo Rapta, that's how the announcer said it, against Roscoe Jackson, and this was just a stall match. I mean, it just felt like it went on and on and on, and this was in a way a squash match, because Roscoe Jackson had pretty much the entire offense. And something I noticed with this match with Rapta, he had his rib cage bandaged up, and he did not sell it at all. You know, like he did the, you know, the Rick Rude pose, you know, the swiveling of the hips. Didn't sell it. Did not sell the rib injury, which sort of sucked. You know, and you're supposed to be a wrestler. And I'm not trying to judge him on what, you know, how to be a wrestler, but if you got taped ribs, you got to at least, you know, mention or give the people the idea you're hurt. But I did like the ending to this where Jackson actually jumps off the top rope, hits a cross body block on the Raptor, gets the 3 count, gets the win. After that, he pulls him up, shakes his hand, sportsmanship. So then we go to another video package of Matt Morgan's first title defense against Isaiah Cash. You can go back to, I think it was episode 9 of Ring Ka King. Yeah, I want to say it's episode 9 of Ring Ka King with that review of the title match. And then we get an interview with Matt Morgan, and Rom asks him what he feels about the whole Jarrett situation. And he says, I don't care about what's going on. All I care about is this belt. And after I win this match, things will, be on their way, with me as champion. Okay, sort of a weird question. So after that, we get a video package of Brutus, Magnus, Scott Steiner, Sanjay Dutt, and everything from the very beginning leading up to this title match. And I really like how they, summarized the entire situation from the very beginning up to this point in time. I really enjoyed the video package. And you know what? I'll be honest, even with the 2 Matt Morgan video packages, they were done good. They were done good. I enjoyed watching them. So we now get to the main event, Brutus Magnus, Matt Morgan. But before we get into the introductions, Jeff Jarrett is seen coming into the arena. He's got tickets. He has 2 tickets. I don't know why he has 2 when he's only 1. And then after commercial, we see him on the stage. Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. You buy a ticket to go to Ring Ka King, to go to the show. And then all of a sudden you just go up to the stage? Boy, I'd like to do that for Raw. Let me buy a ticket to Raw or SmackDown. And then when they're on a commercial break during the middle of a match, I'll go over the barricade and I'll go sit on the stage and watch the rest of the show. Just pointing it out. Just pointing it out. Oh, no. Excuse me a minute.
Thanks. You can have that. Sure. Thank you.
That's good. Seriously. Okay, so after being confused there, get to the match, and Brutus Magnus is just in control right from the beginning, right from the get-go. I mean, Morgan may get a move or 2 in, but Magnus is just on fire. He's getting all these close pins, and he even hits an elbow drop from the second rope. It's almost 3/4 of the ring that he hits this elbow drop from, and it was a really good move. And then Morgan comes back, and he gets his moves in, and there's actually a really cool spot where he's about to try the choke slam, and Magnus rolls out of it. But Morgan hits him with a discus clothesline. And then the ending comes. Boy, I tell you what. This has to be explained. Jawala comes out through the crowd. He tries to get into the ring. Referee catches him. Morgan is distracted. Jeff Jarrett comes from the stage, down the rampway, gets stopped by Deadly Dandem. So as we see Jarrett, the camera pulling away, Jarrett says, "Go." So we go back to the ring. Deadly Danda goes into the ring, hits Morgan from behind with his nightstick, and then Magnus hits the Falcon Arrow Michinoku driver. 1, 2, 3. Brutus Magnus wins and is the new Ring King heavyweight champion. And this was, for everything that happened, I liked the turn of Deadly Danda. I really liked it. Because here's this silent guy, this tall, silent soldier guy. And he hits the champ. And then Jarrett pays him off. And then we see Scott Steiner and Sanjay Dutt and the Best come in the ring to all celebrate. So Jawala's already gone. Now, this is where it gets great. Romeo Raptor and Barud run into the ring. They get beat up. The Mumbai Cats run into the ring. They get beat up. Patani Pate run into the ring. They get beat up. The Bollywood Boys run into the ring. Get a little bit of an advantage, but then get beat up. And then Harbhajan Singh's music plays. He comes down to the aisle. He's got a weapon. And he approaches Jarrett. And he basically scares them out of the ring. And then Harbhajan Singh speaks in Hindi, basically challenging Jarrett to come into the ring. And they're holding him back. And that's the end of the episode. Excuse me. And then we get a preview of the next episode, or next week, which looks really good. So, yeah, and you know what? I gotta say this. One of the things that I like about Ring King is when they have an episode like this, where you got a big time title match. The entire episode is serious. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the fun stuff. I like to see fun stuff in wrestling. But there are times where the fun stuff and the serious stuff don't mix well. Here, this was all serious right from the beginning. Every match, every segment, it developed feuds, especially with, Jeff Jarrett and his group and, the Ring King, the Sheiks, Raisha and Mickey James. That feud developed. And I really enjoyed the episode. I really did. You didn't get any match of the year candidates on this show. But the ending to the title match was good. Because it came out of left field. You would never expect Deadly Danda to, betray Jazzy LaHoya, betray the fans of Ring King by joining Jeff Jarrett's group. And that's what I really enjoyed about this episode. So, all in all, this is a good episode of Ring King. Would I say it's the best one? No. Probably one of the earlier ones right now as I'm going through Ring King. But really, all in all, this was a good show. And they're really building up these storylines. They're really building up these feuds. And I gotta say, as a fan, I'm truly enjoying watching Ring King.